Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another episode of Biashara Diaries. Today, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Mwaniki Mageria.
You're too kind.
Mwaniki, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Sante.
Uh-huh.
So, first of all, I want to just allow you to introduce yourself. Who is Mwaniki?
Okay.
Yeah.
Mwaniki is a free spirit. I like to say that. A father, a husband. I've got three grown-up kids. I've been involved in business. Well, I started off in business. I care about things spiritual, God. I care about family. And I also care about purpose. It's important to be with a free spirit. You have to ensure that you're doing what you're destined to do and what feels that you need to be doing.
Yeah, actually, and that's I'm happy that you even mentioned purpose, and we'll go into that within the show. But you've been pivotal in the Kenya film and film industry, as we call it. And we know a lot of young people are looking to get in the film industry. They want to be influencers, they want to be actors, but for them, it's more of the glitz and the glam. What is the Kenyan film industry actually like over the years?
It's shamba la mawe. Excuse me. Hiyo ni shamba la mawe. It's the thing about an industry. You see, when you say film industry, we like the film part, but the industry part, industry means that there is a whole host of little components, a chain of reactions that are related to each other that make it an industry. It can't be just producers producing or influencers creating content. There has to be platforms. There has to be marketing money. There has to be advertising money. There has to be all the things that the back end. For instance, when you're doing a film, there's transport. That in itself. How do you get people back and forth from one place to the other? That is part of the industry. There's catering. You have to feed these people. There's security, including the police security and bouncers and what have you. There's makeup. There's wardrobe. There's sound. There's lights. There's cameras. There's a whole host. Then there's editing. There's computers. Okay, so
the actors themselves,
and not just the production part. Wow. Then from there on, you have to have distributors. Now, the one thing that we have failed a lot, I think, in this country is the distribution part. We haven't had strong enough mechanism to distribute the content that we're creating.
Okay, and what is the difference between us and Asia? Because I mean, if you compare Kenya, you'd look at a lot of Asian or even South American. How South America, they have telenovelas, Bollywood, telenovelas in South America, even the telenovelas of Asia.
Yes.
Why hasn't Kenya gotten that niche?
Yeah, so it has a lot to do with how we get the content to the people finally, and also how they consume the content, what they consume. For a long time, vitu kutoka majuu zilikuwa naonekana ndio. Those are the things that are important, you know. We grew up on things like Dynasty and Dallas and Little House on the Prairie. You know, that was dope. Good Times. You know, all this content from outside. So when things like Vitimbi and Mkenyumbani were the production qualities. So in our minds, as Kenyans, we always thought that external content is better. And then therefore that mindset made us consume foreign content more. One of the things I keep telling the African continent, because I was involved in trying to create a distribution for Kenyan content in Kenya and then beyond with Riverwood. When we did Riverwood, actually, it cut across the whole continent. We were invited to Nigeria and South Africa. And
tell us a bit about what Riverwood actually was.
Okay, Riverwood was attempting to bridge that distribution gap. Yes. So bringing in, I got, this is a very interesting story. I went to a friend of mine. He was then the commissioner, the CEO of the Kenya Film Commission, Washira Waruru.
Yes.
And I told him, boss, you know, I've got a movie. We were watching a movie called Backlash by Mary Megwe. And by the way, even Ruben Odando was part of that. God, so anyway, and he told me, why are you paying attention to just these one movies? Go to River Road and see what they're doing. There's stuff happening. So I went to River Road on his behest, and I met producers that were doing incredible stuff. I met people like Nduti One Stop. Nduti had a shop, and then I went to a place called Simba Center.
Yeah.
Simba Center, from the top to the bottom, it was a 5-story building.
Yes.
Actually, more than that, but 5 floors was just DVDs. No, VCDs. Actually, not even DVDs, VCDs. And there was content. So I said, who are these producers? There was Warigia. There was, oh my God, no, those are the actors. Who were the producers? Can I remember? It's such a long time back now. But anyway, so I met producers over there. And Mashangi, yes, I remember Mashangi I met, and a few others. And I told them, why are we doing it separately? Just ourselves. Why don't we come together and form like an association?
Yes.
And they gave the name. They said it's called Riverwood. I remember that was so. Eduardo was also there, and we started. The idea was get this content and try and get it onto TV, because this content was available on VCD, but it was not coming onto TV. It was very poor quality, by the way. It was the cameraman is the main actor, is the director.
Low budget film.
And they were called rainy days because it always looked like it was rainy because they were using camcorders.
Yes.
So anyway, I went around trying to shop it, and then finally we found a home at Kiss Radio Africa on Kiss TV, and that was courtesy of Patrick Kwaku. He said, "Okay, I'll give you a chance." He saw the potential, and at that time there was a consultant called Borogo Gikunda, and he said, "Let's give them a chance and see what happens." So we were given 1 hour every day for 365 days. Can you imagine?
For a year.
For a year. Wow. And they were paying us 60,000 shillings. It was crazy. Wow. Per one, which was very, very, very big input at that time. And guys just came up. We had all guys coming up with content and everything. And then today, some of the guys were doing the best productions. People like Kikwetu Productions, Multan, Filit, all those guys cut their teeth in Riverwood. So in Riverwood now, because we were now creating a big noise, we even invited to Sweden, to Denmark, just because it looked like this is now becoming, it's growing and this content, these guys were producing proficiently. It was a lot of excitement. I really enjoyed doing that. That for me was a very, very
What happened to you?
Okay, so what happened to Riverwood is it was an association and I was the Secretary General. Then we reached a point where now, and then we started we distributed to KISS, then we started distributing to Kameme, then we started distributing to Inoro, then a bit, no, Citizen, no, but Inoro. Then I realized these guys could now go to the stations themselves. So I thought, okay, go to the stations themselves, no problem. And then we did one, and then there was one big one we were going to do on QTV. We had negotiated everything. They were going to give us 4 hours a day. For 2 years, every day. The deal was at those days it was a lot of money, but now it might not sound like a lot of money, but at that time it was a lot of money. It was a 2 million shilling deal, a 20 million shilling deal. Sorry. It was a 94 million shilling deal per every year, which makes it about 200 million.
That's impressive. That's impressive.
It was a good deal. It was a very good deal. So we did that. Then when we are done, we had signed our contract on our side. Then the month we were supposed to now start. I started hearing rumors at something's happening at Nation Media. What's going on? And after someone told me, "Hey, have you heard? I think they've closed the QFM." I said, "What do you mean they've closed QFM?" So I called my friend Jim Gather was on. I asked him, "Jim, what's going on?" He said, "Everyone's been told to go home." I said, "What?" So I checked, and truth to be told, QFM had been closed and QTV had been closed. I stayed home for 2 weeks. Ask Jackie, she'll tell you. That's my wife. I was thoroughly depressed because that was going to be, so after that, I really lost. I just lost it. So it was, and we had invested heavily. So the company ended up only owing a lot of people money. It was just became very, very. very touched.
How did Nollywood make it with same low quality or whatever?
Oh, now Nollywood is different because Nollywood, the Sani Abacha was a terrible leader, as you know, Sani Abacha. But there's one thing that he did that was very good. He closed the country from foreigner, from foreign content and everything. So for a while, Nigeria was not getting any content from anywhere else. So they had to do everything locally. So protectionism to some level is a very good. Yeah, so I always credit him to being the guy who made sure that Nollywood, because I mean, Nollywood is about 20 years older than Riverwood, and they're on another level. But also Nigerians like their own content; they like their own thing.
Oh
and
culture.
Their own culture. We need to reach a level where we like our own culture.
But actually, that's something that I would like to discuss with you is culture, the Kenyan culture. We don't really have Kenyan culture. And I think that's why maybe for us tribalism is such a large thing. We've not bought into the Kenyan dream. Or is there one?
Yeah, I think the one thing that we haven't pushed, we haven't crafted one.
Yes.
We are anything goes sort of country, you know. No, we like this, we like that. We like that, So individually in the different people groups, you see some semblance of this is ours. The Luyas with the bullfights and eat great, but the food from I know about food. Yes. The food from Western Kenya is all fantastic. It's on the level. It's fantastic. Or the guys from coast and the Swahili feel and everything. And we don't, Odo Central, okay, Mashakura. Mashakura, but we're now getting with pride of identity. Yes. You see more things like Ngemi, what's happening in Ngemi, the homecoming, and it's you guys your age,
Yes.
I was there in I'm like, these are young people, and they're speaking the language and they're feeling the vibe. So there is a semblance of I want to understand my identity, and I think when we understand our identity, then we know who we are, and it makes us more confident to chart our way forward and talk about purpose and everything. There's something I always say that that kind of like tells you a lot about who we are. Okay, we speak Swahili, but we still, when our child is born, what name do you give your child? Tells you a lot about what you're thinking. Muzongo name, then, or an Arab name. Or an Arab name. Both of those guys walitunyanyasa. The Mzungu was the colonizer. The Arab was the slave trader. Both of them. You see, that tells you we are second in the tier.
Even in our minds.
Even in our minds. Just last night I was watched the film Origins by Isabel Wash. I forget the second name. And the one thing that she says is, it's not about race. It's not about tribe. It's about caste. It's about. So where are you on this strata? If we go back all the way to pre-independence, there was the Mzungu, then the Asian, then the African. My dad, and I was remembering this yesterday, my dad, as a Boy Scout, you know Boy Scouts? Yes, Boy Scouts, came to Nairobi, and they were taken to the National Theatre.
Yeah.
And while at the National Theatre, they passed a place called the Norfolk. You heard of the Norfolk Hotel?
Yes.
And at the Norfolk Hotel, he says he could not believe what he saw. On the Norfolk Hotel was written, "No Africans or dogs allowed."
In our country.
In our country. He was a young man, of course, and it was pre-independence. But that tells you this thing of putting people down. And one of the things that culture does is it gives you a position. It says, I know who I am. I always give this example on name again. I went to America on exchange university when I was a young man, very young man. I was younger than you. I was 22, I think, or something like that. Anyway, so I got there and they asked me, "Oh, what's your name?" So I gave my English name, and they said, "Oh, you mean?" And then they corrected the name. I'm like, why are they correcting this? 3-4 times it happened that day. So in the evening, I called myself to a meeting. I said, why are these guys correcting?
You called yourself to a meeting?
I called myself. Why are these guys correcting my name? And it dawned on me very loudly. It's not your name. It's their name.
They're correcting you on your
They're correcting them on their name.
Yes.
The next morning, I kid you not, I asked, what's your name? Mwaniki.
What did I say? You said
now
yeah.
I tell you how to say my name. And you know what? That changed the balance of power immediately. No longer was I that the guy who didn't have a name, he had to borrow ours.
Yes.
I became that guy from Africa who has his own name.
His identity.
Yeah,
and that happened to me as well abroad. I felt
you
that
see.
because before I would call myself by my first name, and people would say it, and then they're very happy. But when you switch, there's a way in which people they
There's
remember
a respect that they give you.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, this guy he knows where he comes from. He knows who he is. And I think we need to that for me is what film should be right now. Film should be telling us about our culture and making us proud about telling us where we come from. And that's what game is doing.
Yeah.
You see, people there were not even using their Mzungu names. Yeah. They're proud. Yeah. That's what we need. And that gives you a position of, I'm now comfortable in my skin. Let's now move forward together. You know, it doesn't mean it's separation. Yeah. It means I know who I am. Let's move forward. So anyway, we digressed quite a bit.
No, and actually, I think that's the way we are going, because a lot of us, the young generation, are questioning, who are we?
Yeah.
What are we holding? Because we're holding people to account, but we don't account to what. So I think it all boils down to who are we and how serious do we take ourselves. I think it starts with identity. And moving forward, identity is DNA Studios.
Even before we go to the identity, you talked about influencers.
Yes.
Now, what is the identity of that influencer? I'm seeing influencers willing to do anything for numbers, even selling their identity.
Their souls,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You need to have your identity. You have a bit of pride of who you are. You need to have a sort of what is my identity? What is my brand? Yeah. What is my and your brand has everything to do with your identity. You have to figure out who am I and what is my purpose. So even I want to be seen doing things or whatever, I need to have a stand. So don't sell your soul just for the sake of numbers.
Don't sell your soul for the sake of numbers. Actually, and now, I mean, a lot of young Kenyans right now want fame by any means.
Yeah.
Any means. I will steal, I will fight, I will cause a havoc.
Yeah.
What is it about holding yourself with dignity? What does that give you when people want followers?
However, I think I'm closing the door when the horse has bolted out, because if you look at and I'm not scared of saying this, if you look at people like Trump, the idea is just be as crazy as you can to get the result that you want. There's no honor, there's no honesty, there's no it's just being what you want, you know. And I think if you look at the people who are making it really big, it's that kind of people right now, because numbers have become more important than morals.
But you see, But you see, actually, where I'd even combat that is if we look at people who've made it big. Why we even want to start this show about Biashara Diaries is Kenyans. Let's stop looking at people like Elon Musk, for example. Elon Musk, who is going to fight the president. They could even be organizing this thing just to get views.
Orchestrating it, yeah.
But for me, why do we look at Aliko Dangotes? Why do
people
look at Kenya?
Yeah. You know, yes, you're right. People like those.
Because I mean, he's not making noise. Aliko, you won't see him outside. He's bought Java just now, and you.
Oh, really? That's news to me.
He bought Java and what is the other tour company called? The largest Kenya tour operator.
Yeah. Say the name.
Pullman Safari.
Yeah. He bought Pullmans.
And Java.
Do you know how old Pullmans is? Pullmans is actually. Pullmans was here when I was in motor industry.
Yes.
We were selling them vans.
Imagine.
And that, I'm talking about 1993.
Yeah.
Where were you in 1993?
Yes, I wasn't born yet.
So it's a way back.
That's what I want us to look at. African.
Yeah. So there is a case for populism, and people will do it. It's like eating popcorn. You will be satisfied briefly, but then you will need a lot of it to be able to sustain.
Yes.
And then the long-term results are you will not look like fly. That's what populism is. And some people might use it as a stepping stone to greater things. If they have that's a game plan. But I think it's good for you to have purpose and to be able to do. The other day, someone asked me, I was sitting in a restaurant and someone asked me, what would you advise? And I said, don't look at money. Look at impact. Relationships are the most important thing that we carry to the next world. Okay? The people that we love, the people that we know, the people that we serve. That connection, the serving, is far more important than how much money you're going to get out of it. This I discovered now when my father died. When my father died, I realized he left everything here. He left his houses, he left his cars, land, things that were very important, even for many generations. But he left it all here. He did not take anything with him. You know what I'm saying? So what is all this fighting over things and whatever? We didn't fight or anything, but I'm just trying to say, it dawned on me that we attach so much time and purpose on things and on wealth and on that kind of popularity. But thing that most important I remembered was the way he took care of, the way he took time to grow me, to mentor me. The relationship we had, the times that I cooked for him, because I like cooking, as you know, the times that those were the things that were valuable. When you die, the person, your office, the company replaces you. Tomorrow, the same seat you are sitting, even if you are CEO, someone else is sitting on that CEO seat. But your family will never replace you. They cannot replace you. The people that you are serving will never replace you. And that is where the value of things is. And we're actually trying to do a lot more of those kind of films right now. Right now we're working with Eugene Bogwar and we do some trash TV. Well, I'm going to call it trash TV. We do some quote unquote ratchet TV, like Real Housewives of Nairobi and things like those. But we also do some really nice things like Story Yangu, where we talk about real stories and that kind of thing. We've just come up with a new product. It's called Roast House, where we celebrate Roast House comedy, where we celebrate people doing great things and also roast them at the same time. Yes. The idea is, you've done great stuff, but let's have some fun about what you've done. But really, we want to give them their flowers. We want to celebrate great people. We just did Ben Sol. Yes, and it was quite exciting. The next one is Kamene. When is that? It's going to be on the 28th of June here at Adlife Plaza in a new arena called the Red Room. Yes. It's going to be quite exciting. So Kamene is looking... She's very ready. Yes. To take on a panel of 5, and she said she's going to fight back. So it's going to be quite exciting. So that's another thing we like to do, celebrating our people and trying within this modern new culture that is coming up in Nairobi, modern urban culture. So that's when you said with Eugene Bogo, that's DNR Studios. Yeah, DNR Studios. Eugene Bogo is my business partner. He's a founder and CEO for DNR Studios. So what is DNR Studios? DNR Studios is a production company, audiovisual production company. So I closed my company after that crazy thing that happened, and we've joined hands with him. We started off with Foods of Kenya. Get in the kitchen. Yes. And then Foods of Kenya. And then we said, hey, we're working together. Napenda chakula. I like food is important. Ni muhimu. Yes. Ni muhimu. Actually, and even coming towards the end of our interview, because we like to keep it short, sweet, and so that we can even invite people back in the next season. What is your purpose? Mwaniki Mageria, you've been in this industry. Okay. Why do you do what you do? What do you want to accomplish? As I told you, the industry lacked the linkage to market, which was distribution. So I do what I do to be able to give people opportunity. If anybody who was part of Revolt will tell you that they grew, and that's the idea. Help people to grow. My purpose is to help others to grow. During COVID, God told me 3 things. 1, I must grow my relationship. He told me, grow your relationships. First, with myself. I must invest in myself. I must improve myself. I must be a better version of myself today than I was yesterday. That's to me. You must read, learn things. That to grow yourself. Be truthful to yourself. Improve yourself. Second was grow your relationship with others, serve others. You're here to make sure that you're helping others to be able to achieve what they need to achieve their purpose. So you're making sure you're achieving your own purpose, but you help others achieve their purpose, which is your purpose. Yes. Your purpose is to help others achieve their purpose, which is why I'm doing this thing with you, because I'm helping you achieve your purpose. And then the last one, grow your relationship with God, because God ties everything together. He's the in all and be all. He's the beginning and the end. So after all this, you see, on the other side, there's only 3 things that shall remain after all this physical thing ends. The word of God, the souls of men, and God himself. So on the other side, we shall be together. So if I was treating you badly, I'll see you in a corner and think, So let's live well with one another. That was what God. I truly appreciate it. I mean, even you giving me the time, even if
we may have kept you kidogo, and then I'd like to admit to the
it's
team
okay.
here, but
This young generation.
us guys we're getting there. We're getting there. But I truly appreciate you giving me the time of day, and I mean giving us guys the time just to share your wisdom. This is something that means a lot to us.
And congratulations to you, because you're doing something about it. And I think, your personality, lends itself to this kind of thing. So make sure that you take it to the next level.
Asante.
Yeah.
Thank you. And thank you very much.
Thank you, sir,
for coming.
Yeah.
Asante, everyone, for watching. And welcome back, right, to more and more episodes of Biashara Diaries. I'm your host, Mwaniki Mageria. And this episode is sponsored by none other than the Kenya. Thank you.